The baby arrived on Monday morning, although someone misunderstood the Buckingham Palace announcement that Kate had gone into labour. It's a coup! Now, in other news, French President Emmanuel Macron got a very warm welcome on his visit to Donald Trump. Wow. You do think Trump may have misunderstood the term French kissing? The two first ladies, they seem to be having a lovely time, too. Oh, look at them there. Matching scowls. Trump and Macron, it was quite the bromance, though, wasn't it? I tell you. Getting roomy, too. Actually, looking at that picture, Trump really does have small hands, doesn't he? Can we have a close-up? Now, everyone agrees the French visit has been a huge success, with only one or two slight language problems. I mean, when Macron says oui, he means yes. And when Trump says oui, it's an instruction to a Russian prostitute. It's clever, write it down. Let's get the guests on! Later, we'll have music from this year's Eurovision hopeful SuRie, ladies and gentlemen. Flying the flag. But first, he went from TV's The Office, Extras and Hello Ladies to his scene-stealing turn as Caliban in last year's big hit movie Logan. Now he's lending his dulcet tones to the new animation Sherlock Gnomes. It's the hilarious Stephen Merchant, everybody! Woo! Yes! We don't get the doing that. That's very good. Stephen Merchant. She's played everyone from Debbie Alden to the Archers to Beverly in episodes. Now she's returning as formidable Mom Jackie in the hit comedy Friday Night Dinner. Please welcome Tamsin Greig! Hello. She's doing it too. Well done, that lady. Very good. It's on him now. And he starred in some of the biggest movie franchises of all time, as fearless Legolas and pirate Will Turner. Now he's returning to the West End in Killer Joe. It's a warm welcome back to Orlando Bloom! Cheers. That's an athletic couch. That was very good.
Yeah. You didn't tell me he was going to come as me.
We had that conversation.
When you walked out, Tamsin Greig, it was like a reveal on Extreme Makeover. You look so different with the new hair. Have you had the hair for long? I mean, obviously you've had hair for ages, but have you had that hair for long?
I have become a natural blonde for health and safety reasons, because apparently it's safer to cross the road if you're blonde. Did you know that? It's a fact.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They did tests.
You're living on the edge, Orlando.
No wonder like extreme sport. Isn't it?
So you guys do know each other. Stephen and Tamsin, you've met before? You've worked together?
I've met him, but he hasn't met me.
Is that true?
I didn't, I couldn't see her. I had just hit her with my car.
She was in the brunette phase.
Yeah, just why she had to.
And his car was brunette as well. Really took a hit.
But weren't you in Green Wing with Tamsin?
Oh, I might have been. I don't think we had a scene, though, together, did we?
We didn't have a scene, but because I was a fan, I sought him out and went to say how brilliant he was, and he doesn't remember.
I have no memory of that.
No.
I just remember saying, can you make sure the brunette woman doesn't come back and bother me again?
But anyway, but Orlando, you have worked with Stephen.
Yeah.
In X.
Yeah,
right.
Stephen directed me in it.
Yes, you directed. We've got a picture of you directing him. Look at that, proper directing.
Look at Orlando's
Really
face.
tiny in that photograph.
It looks like you're thinking, what are you going on about, you lanky streak of piss?
I thought I was looking lovingly into your eyes.
It looks a bit like me and Ashley. I've just found you at Madame Tussauds in a waxwork. It's very convincing. Lovely pose,
But very quickly, talking of spotting celebrities, did anyone see the picture of Donald Trump with a hoe on a Spanish farm? Have you seen that?
You can't call them hoes.
Oh, you can.
No, it's Woman of the Night.
Time's up.
No,
No, this is a hoe. That's a hoe. It's Donald Trump. Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
It's a Spanish farmer called Dolores, and God
her
has seen
home.
fit to make her look very like Donald Trump. And she, you know, she's tried using a hairband, but maybe she should go brunette.
Oh, we're sailing close to the wind. I love it.
Now, Orlando Bloom, ladies and gentlemen, is back in the West End.
Will you all come and see it? You don't know what it is yet.
They don't care.
I'm terrified.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, that's
So this is Killer Joe. It's at the Trafalgar Studios from the 18th of May till the 18th of August. So it is a long time since you've been in the West End. What was it about this? What's it about? Why did you love it so much?
Well, firstly, it's a fantastic play, played by Tracy Letts. There's quite a lot of very sensitive material in this play. So you're not going to bring your children to this play. My son's not going to see this play. But it's a comment on a sort of disenfranchised American dream and, you know, when you invite a person of power into your home, what can happen kind of thing.
And this is, it's sort of a, I would have thought, a kind of a change for you in that this is not a charming character, this is not a likeable character.
This isn't like anything anyone thinks they've seen me do before, which is most people only really think of me as Will Turner or Legolas, because that's what I'm... When you've done a couple of really big trilogies, that's what's most recognisable and rememberable or whatever. But this is very, very different to that. It's very dark. When you read it, it's very dark. And we're finding a lot of a lot of humanity and a lot of beauty to it, actually, which is the challenge with this play, and which I readily accepted, along with being naked and doing some really awful things.
Now you're selling tickets. Get to the heart of the matter. Now, because on Broadway, you did play a lovely man. You played Romeo. And
Not sure I'm going to do it naked, though. Sorry, I just can't.
Romeo, this is incredible. So this is the crowd waiting for you outside the theatre.
Yeah.
That's nuts, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was lovely, actually. It was very welcoming.
Well, I'm sure it was. And so, to go back to theatre, you see, in my head, I'm thinking, once you're in films, people bring your lunch, cars are available, you only have to learn a few lines and forget them the next day. Why go back?
Was that your experience when you worked on all those big blockbusters?
Yes, that was my experience. But this is very, very easy. Yeah.
It's so easy.
What would Ian McKellen say?
About? Yeah. You've only been there 16 hours.
Doing nothing. How lovely. Some people are at work for 16 hours doing something.
I think the appeal is, you know, when you get a response from the audience and when you feel, you know, and it's a real challenge, isn't it? It's sort of, I wanted to have that. I've been really looking forward to getting on stage again, but it's that kind of feeling of free-falling, and I love an adrenaline rush. So.
Stephen Merchant, you did The Mentalist in the West End. So did you enjoy it? Would you go back?
No.
Wait, did you work with Stefan Rodri?
I did, yes. Do you need his number, or does he owe you money?
He's working with me on this.
Oh, he is? Oh, well, Stefan's terrific, and he's a proper actor, and I learned a great deal from him, and working with him and rehearsing with him was fascinating, and that was brilliant. But it was the doing it every night that I really struggled with, the repetition, and the sort of not being able to acknowledge, you know, if a police car went by or something, you couldn't... You know, I wanted to sort of do an Eric Morecambe, you know, he'll never sell ice creams at that speed. You're not allowed to break... Apparently you're not allowed to break out of the role. One night we had a guy sort of who had like a turn, and I don't think it was a heart attack, it was like a stroke or something. He was clattering, and there was... And you've got the play still going on there, bringing people in to cart him out. And I'm thinking,
really
it's mad, and I was furious, because obviously, you know, I could barely concentrate. I'm like, keep it down! I'm like, I can hear it! I mean, the only thing worse than being on the stage is being, for me, is being in the seats at a theatre. I'm sort of sat like that. Actually, the only thing is worse is the person behind me at the theatre. You can see nothing. But, no, the theatre's not for me.
Because, Tamsin, you talk about audiences and how they can be quite difficult. And was it the Royal Shakespeare Company you had a doozy when you were on stage?
A doozy?
A doozy. Like a bad audience experience.
Oh.
You did a doozy on the stage?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means you've got a weak pelvic floor. It doesn't. Well, we did this show at Stratford. We did Much Ado About Nothing, and it came into town, into London, for a little run. And It's a fantastic play. It's very funny and very dark. It's very dark, and there's a central scene in it where my character's younger cousin is disabused at the wedding altar, at her own wedding. And then afterwards I go mad and say to... I play Beatrice, and I was saying to Benedict, if you really love me, then you have to kill him. You have to kill this man who's just disabused my cousin. And it's a really dark and beautiful, very serious scene. And I heard all this kerfuffle in the audience. Lots of noise. I was furious, absolutely furious. Yeah. How dare they? These children come in here, these people studying it for...
Their education.
Just calm down and just pay attention. And, but we carried on gamely. And then I found out afterwards that there was a young lad who'd felt very sick and projectile vomited all over the back. The people, all his mates in front of him. Oh. The teacher on the... And he was like... He was trying to get out, and the teacher was saying, sit down. And he had to sit there with all the people...
Vomit.
And all his mates like,
Maybe a little worse than sitting in front of your knees.
I was at a wedding. I was at a wedding once, and it was during the ceremony. It was a big church, and during the ceremony, a little boy, you know, do you take this woman, blah, 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 and this little boy jumped up and started running down the sort of aisle, tripped, vomited everywhere. It was a magical day. Yeah, I mean, because if you've got to go, if it's got to come out, it's got to come out, hasn't it?
I went on a school trip to the House of Lords. This is turning
I like it.
Did you vomit in the House of Lords?
Up and shit.
House of Lords.
You vomited in the House of Lords?
The House of Lords. The red,
You vomited in the House of Lords?
velvet seats. I'm telling you, on television. Yeah. And I was thinking, oh, the coach there, I was thinking, well, I'm not feeling well. I think, it'll be fine, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. In the House of Lords, I went... I thought, if I just go very still and swallow, I'll be fine. And then it went... all over the reds. I'm so sorry, if there are any lords in, ladies, all over the red velvet seats. And my teacher just turned around and said, disgusting. That was it. There was no people running around with wipes.
Oh, this is when you were at school. I thought this was, like, recently.
Orlando, have you vomited? Have you shat yourself? What's going on? Oh, here we go.
Wait, no.
I think it's coming.
Now, you were saying your own son, he won't come to see the play, but he has started to see some of your films. Pirates of the Caribbean...
He has, yeah.
Tick.
Take that one.
Did he
well,
like
only
it?
because I didn't want it on in the background of somebody's house and for him to then be seeing me, and I wanted to make a little something memorable. Yeah, he did see it. He liked it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He saw it.
Well, that is quite cool that his dad's
It's
a
hard
pirate.
to impress my son, actually.
Your dad?
My dad.
You think your dad's
Hard to impress my dad. Hard to impress my mum. Don't worry, I go to therapy an awful lot of the time.
And has he seen Lord of the Rings yet?
He has seen bits, yeah, he has.
Because when it comes to Lord of the Rings, you have a controversial opinion of Lord of the Rings.
Well, the problem with Lord of the Rings for me, and no disrespect...
I'd say that.
No, Orlando, mate.
really upset him now.
Sit down.
Oh, look, there's a fly drowning in your beer.
There is!
Sorry, nothing to say about Lord of the Rings here. Let's just save that fly's life. All right, buddy. Off you go.
I thought he's a hero in real life.
Well.
Saved its life.
Sorry, I did wash my hands.
Is there any chance because presumably no one's allowed to come on and change that. So
someone will give you a new beer.
At some point.
But would you really not... See,
here's my problem.
I would drink a beer that had a fly in it.
Well, enjoy.
What's wrong with my finger?
Yeah.
Oh, is it my finger as the fly? Yeah, of course. Well,
yeah.
No,
flies only
really,
in the air.
Flies...
Anyway, go on. Lord of the Rings.
Now, continuity, sorry, just in case.
Yes. Oh, she's good. Oh, she's good.
And could you get the fly and put it back in?
Yeah. He's a little drunk. He's having a woozy time over there. Having a fantastic time. Look. Come on, buddy. Up we go. You're going to be all right.
You'll try. There he goes. He's fine.
Can we just keep the camera on there? We have one of those red button options where we just follow.
It's like Spring Watch, but it's just a fly.
By the way, it's not the fly.
Look, new beer.
New beer.
Oh. You'll take the old beer, yeah. Oh, look at that.
But the head, that's not going to match.
That's not going to match, is it?
That's not going to match.
Drink it.
Just suck the top off.
It's not rocket science.
Just suck.
No, that you have to suck harder. That's too much.
You suck it.
And that's what you said when you pretended not to meet me the first time.
We're never going to hear what you think about Lord of the Rings. Hey, Tamsin Greig. Tamsin Greig returns to Channel 4 with Series 5 of Friday Night Dinner. Now, it starts next Friday at 10. And this is the 5th series, so a lot of people have seen it already. But if they haven't, it is a Friday night ritual of a Jewish family all coming together.
It is nominally a Jewish family, although there are no prayers. There are some candles, and they do... It is on a Friday. And the boys come home for the Friday night meal, and every single week it goes terribly wrong, and we still keep doing it. There's never anyone saying, why are we doing this? Because you know it's going to be a disaster. Every week it's full of hope. And the boys come home, played by Simon Bird and Tom Rosenthal, very, very accomplished and beautiful actors. I think it's a bit rude that I'm playing their mum, anyhow. And my husband's played by the brilliant Paul Ritter. And everything goes wrong when they come home because they turn into children, as we do when we step over the threshold of our parents' houses. And chaos ensues.
But Jackie, the mother, she's based on the... Am I right? Like, based on the writer's real mother?
The writer, Robert Popper, has a brother, so it's him and his brother, and it is based... it's a version, in the way that Matt LeBlanc says that he plays a version of himself. I play a version of Robert Popper's mum.
Have you met her?
I have met her. In fact, when we filmed they filmed a teaser, a 10-minute teaser, and we did it in their house, which was brilliant, because you really get a sense of what someone's like. And, but you also don't want to be a parody of them, but I did just stare at her the whole time, and her hair, which has got a million colours, and is perfect. So I did a lot of staring. It's not nice.
Did she know that you were just being her?
Yes, because my character's name was Mum. So I think
she got it.
I think after 5 series, she's probably guessed.
Well, this is a clip. This is you, Tamsin, trying to organise your own surprise party.
Well, come in.
Lovely to see you too.
Why are you so late?
Late? Really? We never come at this time.
Yeah. I told you to come at 6:30. Why didn't you come at 6:30?
It is 6:30?
Well, why didn't you come before 6:30? You knew I needed help.
Sorry, we can call the hospital now if you'd like. Hello, euthanasia department. Hi, Dad.
I told you, on the table.
What?
The table. Not that table, you idiot. The table.
Which table?
The table.
Christ! A lovely party. Very chilled.
Why I agreed to organise that bloody thing.
Yes. Why did you agree to organise your own surprise party?
We've been through this, OK?
Well, it's such a normal thing to do, organising your own surprise party, isn't it?
Shut up.
A moth just landed on my nose.
You think I trust your father to organise a surprise party for me?
How about a surprise funeral?
As you say, it is that thing that when you do go home, you do kind of revert into being just...
I can't remember which series it's in, but there's Frances Tucker plays my mum in it, and there's one point where we have a terrible argument, and I do turn into a teenage daughter, and she says to me, turns around to me, and she says to me, she goes, "You go to your room," and I say, "Go to... this is my house." What do you mean, go to my room? She said, "Go to your room," and then I turn around and say, "You go to your room." She goes, "Don't have a room." So she goes and sits on the stairs, and it's the beautiful play on how we turn into idiot children around certain people.
Orlando Bloom, your mother, I like the sound of her, because does she know that you're an international film star? No, because what was it last year? What was the thing she did with your CV?
Oh, sent it to all the major newspapers around the country.
Did she mention that she was going to do this?
Trying to get work?
Oh, no. I think she spends too much time online, and when she sees things that are misconstrued or, oh, yeah, or I've said something out of turn, she's like, do you realise that he's got a BAFTA for his humanitarian work with UNICEF? Or whatever, you know, it was like, she literally listed all the things I'd done. Do you know who he is and what are you saying about him? That was it.
Wow.
Wow. Don't mess with Mrs. Bloom.
You've got to try growing up with her.
No, because what was the thing she did when you liked chocolate too much? She took quite an extreme approach.
Does she watch this programme?
Mum. I'm sorry. Yeah, she hypnotised me so I wouldn't eat chocolate when I was a kid.
Did she...
Got me hypnotised. She didn't hypnotise.
Oh, she didn't? She got a proper guy in, a professional.
Yeah,
a union member.
Can you believe it?
But did it
Where do you even find that person in 19... 70... No,
80-something, 90-something.
Did she tell you she was taking you to a hypnotist? Or did she just take you to a room and just...
Lots of things like that.
There's going to be a man in there, do anything he says.
Just listen to him very carefully. And now you're asleep, and I remember thinking, OK, just close your eyes and pretend you're asleep. I'm not asleep at all, but I'll pretend I'm asleep. And you're not eating sweets. Oh, aren't I? Wait until I get out of here.
And did it work?
No.
Did she think you were cured?
Maybe... No, then I was able to procure sweets without her knowing about it, because she thought I was cured, but then I could...
Are we still talking about sweets?
Snickers.
You know.
When you got Lord of the Rings, you could buy any sweets you wanted.
Any sweets.
People would come and offer him sweets.
I'll take them.
16 hours a day of sweets.
Sweetness in my life.
Now, Stephen, your father, being responsible, he tried to kind of teach you fiscal responsibility when you were growing up, I believe.
Well, that's a generous way of putting it. My father is, I think the sort of politically correct term is stingy. Frugal. It's actually funny you're talking about your mother kind of reprimanding you in that way, because my father was... It felt like sometimes we were the adults. Like, one time I remember we were at Flambards, the aerial theme park.
Yes.
And, thief, clearly. I remember one time we were young again, and my sister...
Does your dad watch this show?
He doesn't have a TV, can't afford a TV. He watches through the neighbour's window. But he won't be able to hear the sound. But he, I remember once my sister was very young, and she was losing a lot of her teeth and getting, you know, putting them under the pillow and getting money from the tooth fairy. And one time she came down, I remember we were all there, and she said, Dad, why is it that when I put a tooth under there, I only get 50p, and all my friends get £1 from the tooth fairy? And my dad, quick as a flash, just looked at my mum and went, because all the other tooth fairies have wives that work. Amazing.
Now, Stephen Merchant, you are part of an impressive voice cast in the new animation Sherlock Gnomes.
Yeah.
It opens the 11th of May. You were the first one. You were in Romeo and Juliet.
Yes, that's right.
So, you're back as a gnome.
Yes.
Which gnome were you?
Thanks for asking. I was... well, the first one was called Romeo and Juliet, and it was loosely based, like, of course it was loosely based on Romeo and Juliet. And it was called Romeo and Juliet, and it featured gnomes. It was loosely based. And I was the role of Paris.
Oh, yes.
You've done proper Shakespeare, right? But yeah. Come on.
Come on, yeah.
I've done some pretty legit things. You may have done Romeo and Juliet, I've done Romeo and Juliet. You, my friend, may have done Pirates of the Caribbean, the billion-dollar movie franchise. I think you'll find that I, at the age of 15, was in the Bristol Light Operatic Amateur Society in their production of The Pirates of Penzance. Don't say I didn't play the mast. I was one of the pirates. Ooh. And I was very keen to kind of get into theatre, and that was the only organisation in Bristol that was auditioning people. And I auditioned for Pirate, and this was the Bristol Amateur Operatic Society, and this was my audition. I'm going to recreate it for you, Graham.
Lovely.
And I don't know to this day why I chose this song. I have no memory of why this song was what I thought would get me into the society. Came out, I was very young, I was like 15, slightly higher voice. I'm Stephen, I'd like to be in the Opera Society. This is the song I did. Thumbelina, Thumbelina, tiny little thing. Thumbelina dance, Thumbelina sing. Thumbelina, what's the difference if you're very small beautiful if your heart is full of love. You're 9 feet tall.
That's why you got Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, beautiful.
Believe it or not, never had a singing lesson in my life. Got the part, smashed it. And that was the beginning of my theatrical career, which culminated in Romeo and Juliet, and subsequently Sherlock Gnomes sequel.
Well, we've got a clip of Sherlock Gnomes.
Oh, have we?
Yeah,
Oh,
there's a
right.
clip. We'll spot you. You're the one with the glasses.
Okay.
Yeah, and your voice is in it. Yeah.
I demand they draw glasses on any animated film I do.
Well, it's important, you know, you pay your money, you want your Stephen Merchant. So, this is the gnomes thinking they're having a good time. In animated films, famously, you don't get to meet the cast, but you did get to meet Sir Elton at the premiere.
Sir Elton John is one of the producers of the film and provides a lot of the music, and he's the only reason I did it, because I'm a huge fan, and I'll be honest with you, trying to get free tickets for his forthcoming concert tour. That's my main plan, and I saw him at the premiere, and...
Did he give you the ticket?
Well, I tried to insinuate, you know, when you don't want to be on the nose about it, so looking forward to your... Come on, guys, it's the classic design, you know, in that sort of... No, and it's just... Love Mercedes-Benz as well.
Mercedes-Benz.
You know...
I drive Mercedes.
Talking of meeting famous musicians, was it Bono that you're good friends with, Tamsin?
Yes.
I thought as much.
Me and Bono.
You've met him, though, haven't you?
I did meet Bono. I was 9 months pregnant, and I was asked to present an award at the GQ Awards. Is that right? They're big music, and I was like, oh, I'm on the telly, that's why they've asked me. So me and Julian went down. I'm like this, absolutely massive. Thought I was sort of like this. Thought it was really, but wasn't. It was like a proper, you know. And went up to give the award. I was pregnant.
Oh, right.
And I said, I'm sorry it's taken so long to get up on stage. Sorry, I'm just, you know, if I have to leave, can I call it Bono? And there was this little voice that went, yes! Like that from the audience, which charmed me. And then afterwards, he came up to me and got down on his hands and knees and kissed my belly as though he was blessing it.
Like the Pope?
Like the Pope. And said he thought it was the most beautiful thing he'd ever seen. And so I asked him for tickets to his concert.
Did you get them?
I didn't get them.
No, I don't know what it is about these musicians.
And now my daughter goes around saying, Bono kissed me. No. You know, she says he's actually kissed me.
She should be careful where she says
Bono in the
Because, well, I don't know, because Paul McCartney was in the last Pirates.
Yes.
So did you become mates with him?
Well, funnily enough, I know Stella. I'm wearing a Stella McCartney suit. I know Stella quite well.
I don't have a Stella McCartney suit, but I'm a big fan.
Funnily enough, I was in, just before I came here, this is a bit of a name drop, I was at, well, Stella had arranged this party, and Paul was playing. Well, not Paul playing, but it was like a bit of a, I don't know what it was in aid of, but it was a lot of lovely people at their house in LA, at Paul's house, and he did a little sing-along. Steven Tyler got it all started. Willie Nelson?
Willie Nelson exists, yeah.
He was having a go-to, and Paul having a sing-song around the piano.
And do they sing other people's songs, or did they turn to sing their own?
Hey Jude was the great hit. I mean, I was just like, it was unbelievable. It was like, I can't believe this is happening. This is Paul McCartney singing Hey Jude around his piano.
Wow. Now, gnomes, Stephen Merchant, apparently you have brought me a gift that you have forgotten to give me.
Oh. Sorry about that, Graham. It was otherwise such a smooth-running ship. I brought you this gift. I noticed no one else has.
Thank you very much.
This, is to commemorate the Sherlock Gnomes film.
Okay.
I think you'll appreciate it.
Ooh. And it is...
Which you turned into a garden gnome.
Now... it is actually quite good.
Get it out.
Yeah.
Not you, Orlando.
That is what I look like. It's good. That is my resting gnome face. That
It looks like a gnome who's about to go for a colonoscopy. Why have they made it... I don't know why they've made it so miserable.
is... Aren't gnomes miserable?
Are they always... Is that the thing about it?
I mean, not in the film,
I didn't do
obviously.
any research. I have to say.
Who's made this? Did you make it?
Yeah, I did.
I look a bit like Clive Anderson, don't I?
Yes. Or Jeremy Corbyn.
There's definitely a bit of Jeremy Corbyn there.
The revolution starts now.
Cut to you at the Labour Party conference.
Just
So,
flog him
Jeremy,
with a
I brought you
briefcase.
this present.
It's me and my dad trying to flog him.
Right, it's time for music.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you. Did I not say thank you? I'm so sorry. I was overcome. Right, on the 12th of May, Lisbon will host the 63rd Eurovision Song Contest, and this lady will be carrying the hopes and dreams of the United Kingdom. Here performing our entry Storm, please welcome SuRie!
Do you remember when we were kids with no fear? Hey, hey sister, do you believe in the things we dreamt we discovered? I still have faith, I still believe in chasing rainbows. Storms don't last forever, forever. Remember, we can hold our hands together through the storm, oh, oh, through the storm, oh, oh. Storms don't last forever, forever. Remember, we can hold our hands together through the storm, oh, oh, through the storm, oh, oh. Hey, hey, mother, am I making you proud, or could I do better? Hey, hey, father, there's weight on my shoulders, but it's not over. I still have faith, I still believe in chasing rainbows. Storms don't last forever, forever. Remember, we can hold our hands together through the storm, oh, oh, through the storm, oh, oh. Storms don't last forever, forever. Remember, we can hold our hands together through the storm, oh, oh, through the storm, oh, oh. Spread your love, give all you got. Hold your head up, don't give up, no, no. Hey, hey, brother, don't give up. Ooh, oh, oh, oh. Remember, we can hold our hands together through the storm, oh, oh, through the storm, oh, oh. Spread your love, give all you got. Hold your head up, don't give up, no, no. You're down. Hold your head up through the storm, oh, oh.
SuRie, everybody! Well done, everyone. Come on over and see us. Fabulous job. Lisbon 2018. SuRie, congratulations. That was fantastic. Come and meet the others. We've got a Stephen, a Karen, and Orlando. This is SuRie. There you go. Say hi. Oh.
Very much. Lovely to meet you.
Have a seat too. Congratulations on that. Congratulations on heading off to Lisbon. That is out now. People can buy that single, can't
Please
they?
buy it.
Well, it would be nice, wouldn't it, if everyone just got, you know, rather than naysaying, if they all, everyone went out and bought it. Said, yay, yay, SuRie.
Yay,
Can I get a free copy?
So now, when are you actually heading off to Lisbon?
The 3rd.
The 3rd, OK, so very soon.
Yeah, a week.
And now, normally, you see, when I meet the UK entrant, it's my job to kind of tell them what to expect, manage their expectations,
Yeah.
but you know.
I was there last year and in 2015 with the Belgian delegation.
Both times for Belgium.
Both times for Belgium.
And they did rather well. They came...
4th, both times. Little lucky mascot.
Ooh.
No pressure.
I know. That'd be amazing.
So you weren't performing with them? You were just...
I was on stage.
How are you...
Backing singing.
Oh, is
Are you from Belgium?
No, but
Belgium.
I am Belgian.
Are you Belgian?
I'm Belgish. Yes. I just love the Belgians.
Oh, so you're allowed to have performers in the background that aren't from the country that's performing?
Correct.
Yeah.
Normally
The person in the foreground could not be from the country.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Oh, I thought it was like the England football team.
No. It's not like that, Stephen.
I don't mean shit. Sorry. But that's one of them. I'm saying no. But so you could be Belgish.
Yeah, I could be Belgian. We call it false flagging when we're working for a different country that isn't our own. We're false flagging.
Do you sort of do it not quite as well? You know, do you mean? Do you take a bit of a dive? Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't hit the notes. You don't hit the notes. And you sort of...
Sabotage. Well,
I don't know if you know, but I'm an opera singer, so I know a little bit about it.
what's really good about you being in Lisbon is that you'll be really safe.
what do you mean?
Because blondes are safer on the roads.
Is that a thing?
And cars are on the other side there, so
Yeah,
it's
so
double.
it's really, really dangerous.
Really
so,
dangerous.
but you'll be fine.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Have you heard all the other songs?
I think so. There are many.
There are 40-something at the
There are
moment.
billions,
Yeah.
but I've tried to, yes.
So, apart from yourself,
Yeah.
what do you think the main threats are?
I really like Australia.
It's very good,
It's
actually.
It's a great tune.
Finland is very good.
Yes,
South and everything, yeah.
Have you listened to all of the songs?
Yes, I have.
Have you?
Yes, that's how long it takes me to drive from my house to here. I have the CD in my car.
Still not as long as Lord of the fucking Rings.
Oh, go on, let him tell his Lord of the Rings story. Well, listen, good luck on the 12th.
Thank you.
We'll all be rooting for her, won't we? We will. And just enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Right, that's nearly it. But before we go, just time for a visit to the Big Red Chair. And in honour of your good self, SuRie, it's a Eurovision special. Now, I'm told that everyone in the chair tonight is from a Eurovision participating country. So it's sort of the Red Chair Eurovision. Here we go. So who's up first? Hello.
Hi, I'm Magda. I'm from Poland.
Oh, lovely. And are you in Warsaw right now?
Yes, definitely. I'm not in London.
No, the evenings are very long in Warsaw now, aren't they? Yes. Magda, what do you have to tell us?
Well, fun fact, not many people know about it.
I don't want a fun fact.
No fun.
What facts are fun? Well, I'm sure there's some facts. Quickly, here we go. Who's next? Hello.
Hi, I'm Nikolaus. I'm from Austria.
That is Vienna. That is.
Yeah, it is Vienna. Yeah, welcome to Wiener Schnitzel and Kaiserschmarrn.
Thank you. Do you have a story for us, sir?
Not really. It's just
We can do this. We can do this.
Oh, they've got to tell a story!
I think we just got pictures of places and said, are you from there? One more. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, where are you from?
I'm from Switzerland.
Switzerland, of course you are. Do you have a story?
Not really, but I have a good fact.
No, he says one more fact.
I have one good fact from Switzerland.
Okay.
We are the country with the most nuclear bomb shelters in the world. For a country that has never been in war.
Can I?
Yeah, do. Okay, here we go. Who's up next?
Hey, I'm Josh. I'm from Australia. I'm not European. Yeah.
No, you're in it to win it now. You're in it to win it.
Yeah.
Okay, Josh, do you have a story?
Yes.
Oh, my God! is why they may win. They may win. He brought a story. Off you go.
Okay, so I've only just moved to London and I was kind of getting myself settled in and I was trying out different gyms and I was... It's not a joke yet. And...
Cameras are cruel.
And afterwards I'm having a shower and...
You dropped the soap.
Not in front of you. And I didn't realise that the showers were timed, so it cut off, and I thought they had some sort of like a urine detection system there, and I like freaked out. Like, to be fair, they had terribly designed bathrooms. Like, they had toilets separate from the showers.
We've lost the will. All right, now. We've got one more. Okay, one more. This is it. This is it for the Eurovision Red Chair Crown. Here we go. Oh, look, it's Ireland. Oh, lovely. Who are you?
I'm Kira.
Kira, lovely. Off you go with the story.
So, a few years ago, I was with my ex-boyfriend. We're both in uni, not a lot of money, it's coming up to Christmas. So he goes, right, we're not going to be flash this year, we'll just get each other something small. So I'm like, fine, suits me. So in the weeks coming up before Christmas, he's like, I know what I'm getting you, you're going to love it. So I'm like, okay, I hadn't dropped any hints. So, like, I have no idea what this present's going to be. So a few days before Christmas, he's like, I've went way over budget this year, you're going to love it. So I'm like, oh my God, what's this present going to be? I'm telling my friends, I'm telling my family, and we're all getting excited. We're like, what could this possibly be? So, night before Christmas, I can't sleep. I'm so excited. Christmas Day, picks me up, brings me over to his house. And he's like, right, close your eyes, put out your hands. So I close my eyes, put out my hands, and he puts this fluffy thing in my hand. So I'm like, oh my God, he's after getting me a puppy. So I, like, start gently stroking it, and he's like, right, open your eyes. So I open my eyes, and it's a fluffy bath mat. So, needless to say, we're not together anymore.
Can she walk? You can walk. You can walk. Go on, Kira. You can walk. Well done, all the Eurovision entries. If you'd like to join us on the show and have a go in that red chair, bring a story and contact Inspire website at this very address. And that is it for tonight. Please say a huge thank you to all my guests. SuRie! Stephen Merchant! Tamsin Greig! And Orlando Bloom! Join me next week when my guests will include chart topper Jess Glynn, comedy actor Stephen Mangan, and Hollywood star Amy Schumer. I'll see you then. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye!